Hi guys, my name is Evelyn Quispe and today to talk about the contrastive analysis or CA. Let's go. For this topic we have five contents. The first is what is CA. The second is what is CAH. The third is error analysis. And the fourth is why CAH failed. And finally is models. Let's go with the first content. What is CA or contrastive analysis? It's a comparison of two languages, and these languages are model language or L1 and the target language or L2. For example, in my case, my mother language is Spanish and my target language is English. The purpose of CA is see difference and similarities in this language, but it is focused in the difference. And CA helps the language teacher predict errors, and then they help their students. Okay, the Charles Friess in the 1945, he said that the most efficient materials are based on the scientific description of the language to be learned. That is the order of the words, pronunciation, phonology, morphology, and syntax, and etc. Okay. It is all of the say a one purpose CA employed applied linguistics foreign language teaching and translation studies. Learning, teaching, and translation are based on the theoretical and application. What is CAH or contrastive analysis hypothesis? By comparing the two languages, errors can be predicted and explained. Okay, let us say we were learning L2, we transfer L1 effects. Since we not only transfer letters or characters, because we transfer another things, for example, meanings and forms. Okay, and also Lado said when we have similarity elements in the L1 and L2, it will simple, but we have a difference element in the L1 and L2. It will difficult for learnings for new learnings. Procedures of CAH according to Lado. Okay, we have four steps. The first is description. In this step, we must describe or analyze of characteristics of two languages, L1 and L2. And the second is selection. In this step, we must choose the structure or pattern we prefer comparing of this language. And the contrastive leads analyze the similarities and difference according to the structure or pattern we select in the previous step. The finally is predict. Here, the language teacher will be able to identify the difficulties of the level and the errors. Prediction. We have a three case, and the first case is positive transfer is when we have a similar structure of this language we are going to learn. For example, English, French, and Spanish. Another case is negative transfer, is when we have a different structure of this language we are going to learn. For example, Arabic and French. And another case is zero transfer, is when these languages have not relation. Um, for example, Arabic and English. He proposed the distinction versions in 1917 when the fear is strong. This consists just yet before the error occur. We must predict it. And another is weak. It is which means after the occurs the error, we must analyze it. And the model of versions of CA is simplistic models. We have it is the linguistic difference are simple or similarities difference only. We used to predict learning difficulties. And another is sophisticated models is a base of hierarchy of difference. Models hierarchy, and these models move the hair from easy. We have five models. The first is sleep. This model is when we have a one element in our language, but in the L2 or target language we have two elements. And the change this element in our language is one element, but change in the L2 or target language for two elements. And the another is new is when there is not this element in our language, but in the L2 or target language, there is a representation for this element. The another is absent, is when there is not this element in L2 or target language, but in our language we have a representation or we have this element. The another is co-list, is when we have two elements in the target language, but in our language or L1 or mother language, we we have a one element. And another finally is a correspondence, is when we have a same similarity. For example, in English we use his or her, but in Spanish we say su. It's not important, and the gender we use as su for woman or for man. It's not important, but in English we can we must specify it. We refers a man or refers a woman. Okay, finally, the strong versions. And the strong versions is similarity to the model hierarchy, but the difference is the strong versions move the easy from hard, but the models hierarchy move the hard from easy. It is the difference. The another difference is the strong versions. We can see the six versions, but in the model hierarchy, we can see five models. This is the difference too. It is all for this topic. I hope to do you like this video, this explanation, and it is all. Goodbye.